So I did a thing. GT Bicycles has been around since my childhood. Earlier this month, I started seeing some stuff online and I started seeing some writers for GT post videos. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I do know they are getting rid of all of their inventory at insane prices, and two, they are letting go their sponsored writers. Anyway, here's the deal. So I've been wanting a DJ for a while. I've been scouring OfferUp. I've also been keeping an eye on Jensen's stock. I was going to get the Alcatraz, which is Marin's dirt jumper, but it's like hardly ever in stock. So when this came up, I went over there and I checked on their prices, and they were selling their dirt jumpers for really, really good prices. I ended up getting like the mid-level one, so it's not fully stiff. It does have a front fork, but it's not the best fork that they offer. But I went with that one. It ended up being like something like 516 bucks after taxes for a brand new bike. So I'm gonna open it up and we're gonna put it together. Decisions. So as you can see, this comes with a front brake. They're both disc brakes, but they're not hydraulic disc brakes. They're just cable pull. So the front one, I don't know. I'm trying to decide whether to keep it or not. I think I'm going to take it off. As a kid, I used to love having a front brake for freestyle and stuff, just to get the back end up and things. But I think I'm just going to remove the brake altogether, the front brake altogether. Tempting. Done. Heck yeah, it's going on the Fender of Fame for sure. I don't really have another good set of pedals, so these puppies are going on, but we are ditching the reflectors. No, I had it right. Almost there. These tires have a max PSI of 65, and everybody always says for pump tracks and dirt jumps, for DJs in general, you want really high PSI. So I'm going to start out at 50 PSI and see how that feels, and then we'll just go from there. I ended up stopping it at 40 because, at 40 they're just rock hard. If you guys think I should go higher, let me know. All right, I'm gonna do a quick bolt check, make sure that everything is tightened up to spec, and then we'll be done. But I just love it. I love the color. I love just like the brushed chrome look. The size, I ended up getting a medium, and this does seem like it's just perfect for me. I'm like 5'8" on a good day, 5'7" ish, and this just feels perfect. Bars are crooked. I'm gonna have to straighten those out a little bit. Drop the seat, check all the bolts, and then we'll take it for a spin. Anything that doesn't have a marking, I just kind of check just to make sure it's nice and tight. There's just one more thing to do. All right, she's all put together. Check it out. Shoo! GT La Bomba. La Bomba, this bike is called. This is a size medium. Little bike check here. So it came with these Pro Max brakes, and as I mentioned earlier, these are disc brakes, but they are not hydraulic. They're cable pull. So this is the first time I've ever had something like this. Curious to see how good they will actually brake. The seat, just a GT seat. I'm not sure if there's anything special about it. One thing I did find out when I was trying to adjust the angle, I was like, where the heck is the bolt? Because there's like no bolt under here, there's no bolt over here, and then it dawned on me that there's a slit here, and sure enough, I don't think you can see it, but you just put your wrench down in there, and there's like a hex bolt, and you just loosen it, and then you can adjust the seat and then tighten it back up. So that's kind of cool, kind of hidden. The other one that they had is a black one, which looks sick too, but I like the contrast between the chrome and all the black components. It came with this Dirt RST 100mm travel fork, which I still have to put air in. That's one thing I haven't done yet, so I'm going to put air in that. Standard GT cockpit grips. These grips feel really nice though. It's got some 3-piece GT cranks. As a kid, I wanted 3-piece cranks so bad, but I couldn't afford them. I just had like the old like 1 pieces that it was just like bent metal, and it went through there. I'm sure you guys remember that. So now that I'm an old man, I guess I can afford GT 3-piece cranks. Some Kenda tires, 360 Kenda tires with this, you know, really kind of not knobby tread. This is definitely like pump track type of tread. So all in all, man, this thing for 515 bucks, brand new bike. Love the chain design. Seen a lot of cool chains on DJs, and just a single cog back here. So yeah, that's it. Can't wait to get this thing on the pump track. I was hoping to be able to go today, but I cannot. I forgot to mention, so this is actually my birthday present from my wife. Next month in January is my birthday, and this deal came up like just couldn't have been better timing. And here it is, a little bit early, but had to jump on the deal. Okay, so I have not had this bike. I haven't even gotten to ride it yet, and I already broke something on it. My recommendation, if you're going to get this bike, I love the bike, but I don't love that fork. I thought this fork was an air fork, and I was trying to find how to put air in it because it was like super squishy. I wanted to stiffen it up, and I thought it was an air fork. It's actually a coil fork, and I was attempting to remove one of these caps so that I could find where the valve was, and I was able to remove this cap just fine, but then when I went to put it back in, it got cross-threaded, and now it's like stuck, and it won't go either way. And I was like using these channel locks, and you can see I've like chewed up the teeth, and so I'm worried that I won't even be able to do anything with this anymore. But I have bought a special spanner tool, which is what I should have been using in the first place. I was trying to manhandle it yesterday because I was frustrated because I just wanted to get it working so I can go write it, and this is what I get. So my fault, I wasn't patient, but the fork is not a good fork because the reason I got into this mess is because I wanted to stiffen it up, and now I realize there's no way to put air in it. And even when you stiffen up the dials on this all the way, these dials, it's got like a minus and a plus, and I had put like as much dampening as I could, and they were still, like when you went to bunny hop or even just like to try to manual, like the fork would give way too much, and then it would kind of like pop when it reached its full extension again. So it was really annoying. I've already ordered new forks for this thing, and I can't wait to get them. They're the Marzocchi Bomber DJ forks, which are super rad forks, and they're going to be really nice on this. Thanks to Tayshawn for that recommendation. But so let's try this tool and see if it works, and see if we can at least get this thing writable, because I don't want to write it the way it is right now. As you can see, like it's not even all the way in there, and I'm concerned. It should look like that. It should look like that one, all the way flush, but no, it's not. And you can kind of see it's crooked too. It wasn't threaded properly, and I didn't notice it till it was too late. So, all right, let's see if we can fix this. Okay, so I went online on Amazon yesterday, and I was able to find this tool that has like 8 teeth, and it's exactly what you're supposed to use to remove caps on these kinds of forks. It was like $6. Got here super fast. That's what I need right there. All right, so I'm gonna attempt to remove it and then try to get it in the correct way. And I was kind of afraid of what's happening here because I messed up some of the teeth. It's not really going on like perfectly, but I think I can kind of force it on there. Maybe tap it a little bit. Oh, that is hard. Dude, this is not gonna work. This thing is just so stuck. That's the problem, is I don't have that much width to grab onto, so like if you're not turning it at the exact like angle, it just comes off too. But it's also just super tight, so it's not budging. So if this doesn't work, I'm just gonna have to wait until I get the new fork and just get rid of this fork. Okay, so I've resorted to brute force, and I'm getting it to budge just a little bit just by putting it on there and tapping it with the mallet kind of gently, using one hand to hold this flat on there and then the other one to gently tap it, and it's going, so that's good. I wonder if I could do it by hand now. Yeah. There we go. Whew! It's out. This is supposed to go in there. And then the threads, yeah, you could I don't know if you could tell in the footage, but right here you could see that thread, it just got derailed. So as I rotate this towards the plus sign, I can see that this little piston is being pushed out. So you're essentially just compressing the spring. You see how it comes out, and then bringing it back brings the piston back in. So yeah, you're essentially just compressing the spring by doing that, and it's not nearly enough like to give you the stiffness that you want on this. So just a cheap fork. This is a RST Dirt is what it's called. So my recommendation, if you guys want to buy this bike, I still recommend the bike, but I recommend spending the extra money to get like the better one with the better fork on there. Or, you know, if you have a fork already that you like, save a little bit of money and get this one and swap out the fork immediately. But I'm going to see if I can get this back on the proper way and see if I can get this to a condition where I can at least ride it sometime this weekend. All right, so before I tried screwing that thing back in, I did a quick search online just to see if I could find that adjuster cap that I could just buy a new one, a fresh one, and just put that in there. But it is pretty difficult. I go to the RST website and I find the piece, but there's no like way to check out and to buy the item. They are a company in Taiwan, and so they have some distributors all over the world. I found one in the US. It's like Reese Racing, but I went on their site. I could not find this specific item. So I don't know if that's going to work. So I'm just going to try to screw this thing back on and just wait for my new fork to come in. That's where I'm at right now. Such a bummer. I'm just so impatient sometimes and get myself into these pickles. Okay, so it's actually going a lot better than I expected. I can tell that it's going in straight now. I'm getting close to the end, and so it's getting a little tighter, and this thing doesn't have the best grip, so it kind of hurts my hand. All right, it's in, and I'm going to add as much of the adjustment as it allows, just to make it as stiff as possible. All right, but it is rideable now. I wish I would have got that tool sooner, because now it's dark. I can't hit the pump jack today. All right, it's test day. I'm at Gale Webb. It's super foggy this morning, but I'm out here with Eric, known as Disco. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Disco on Instagram.
How's it going?
Alex is here too. I wasn't expecting to see Alex this morning. Stoked on that. And there's a couple other people here as well. So we're gonna try out this GT Bomba. I still have the dirt fork on there. Just because I was able to get the cap back on, as you saw the other day. It's all mangled, but it's on there and it's nice and tight. This will be good enough to give it a test run, and this will be good because I'll be able to actually review like the bike out of the box as is without any modifications. So all right, I'm gonna put you on my head and we'll get started. Ding. All right, so what's the direction here?
Most of the time it's that way.
I'm sorry for the terrible camera angle on here, guys. I had my half shell on, and it's been a while since I've used the camera on the half shell, so I wasn't quite sure what was right, and unfortunately didn't check it before I just kept filming, so most of it is like this. Okay. Sorry about that.
And then there's another inner loop. If you take that first corner.
Oh man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man, that's tiring.
Yeah, I would love to have one like this.
Morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Recognize you from your videos.
Oh, sweet, man. Thanks.
Hey,
Appreciate the support.
Yeah. No, John's taking a nap.
It's too early.
No, it's too wet.
Too wet.
Too wet to go fast. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to just trust and go into these turns and trust that the tires are gonna grip and hold, but I mean, it's asphalt, and if it was all dry I'd be a lot more comfortable, but because it's a little bit wet I'm a little bit weary, but I don't think I should be. It's holding. Hey, what's up?
How does that feel?
It feels very different. Yeah, it's really different. I'm considering trying to get some air on this thing, but not on this asphalt. I think I'm gonna try the dirt jumps in a second.
The left side are the easy ones, the right side are medium,
Now they got
and the wood are the longest.
Oh, that feels so weird. So weird. I have not been on a stiff bike for a long time, and it's just it just feels so little. Like the bike fits me, but in terms of just jumping it, I'm so used to having such a bigger rig. I like this thing. Looking forward to doing more of this stuff, more pump tracks and these dirt jumps with wood lips. I'm gonna try some of the wood lips right now. You have to get, so one thing I'm noticing is like, this is a different style of jumping. It's more up and down, not so much like length. So like I was landing too far, I think, on these. I gotta just pull up and then come back down. That's so fun. I'm starting to feel more and more comfortable on it.
I won't be able to jump on that thing. My knees will hurt.
Yeah?
No, but the thing is that you don't absorb because you go into the landing.
It's still like, nah.
Try it.
Because now that you're landing on the landing,
Try this on here.
Fabian?
I could probably try here, but not here.
Elias, now that you're landing on the actual landing, you
I
don't
got the
feel it
pedals.
as much as earlier, right?
No, it's smooth. It's smooth.
Tabletop.
Yeah, it's smooth. Can I try that?
tires a little low though. Here? You might want to pump them up.
Oh, I'm not gonna go too hard. I just want to
Go for it.
see what I missed out on. Dude, this thing is so sick.
Tell her that. Take you off sit. Oh yeah. So you get the.
So this is the bike I was looking at and was waiting to come back in stock at Jensen when the GT deal came up, but I really wanted an Alcatraz. Oh, this thing is so sick. It's got a little bit, it's a little bit longer of a bike.
That's the only one that has a problem.
So it's a little bit different, but it feels good. And look at that paint job, man. This, I was watching Jensen for this to come back in stock, and it never did. And then that came out, and I went for that, but
I probably got the last one then.
this is what it would have been for me.
That would have been it.
That was one size fit all, right?
Yeah, this is it's basically their regular with their smaller frame.
We figured it out. Wanna walk my wheel sideways?
All right, the fog has started to burn off now. I've done several laps off camera, just trying to get used to this thing. Can't wait to get the new fork on here for sure, because I just hear this thing clacking. Oh my gosh, this is so tiring on your legs. All right, you guys, I realized I forgot to do an outro for this video, but all in all, notwithstanding the fork, I think that for 500 bucks, you just cannot beat this deal. I'm stoked to have a DJ finally in my stable and look forward to doing more of this kind of riding. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys out on the pump track.